Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird, here to do another rapid movie review for you guys. I saw this one by myself, so no one's going to be joining me on this. Everyone is busy watching other stuff, and we're about to launch into Stranger Things and stuff, so I just figured I'd watch this and throw up my review right afterwards, or at least record my review right afterwards. Don't know exactly when I'm presenting this, because this is right smack in the middle of the 8 Days of Halloween presentation, so you'll probably see this a little bit after that, but I am going to be reviewing, as you can see, the Axe Murders of Villisca, and that is available currently on Netflix. I don't know if it'll be there forever. Titles come and go, but as of right now, that's where I saw it, and so I thought I'd talk about it with you guys. So I went into this one thinking it was going to be a found footage movie, and while at a part in the movie it seems like they might be heading that direction, it's not a found footage movie. It is shot traditionally with a couple of little insert shots that are found footage-ish, but not even prevalent enough to make any sort of waves at all. So let me get into this one like we normally do. I'll tell you my overall thoughts. I'll talk about the story, the acting, the effects, all of that good stuff. And so overall, I will say that I was surprised by this one. I don't know that that means I enjoyed it entirely. I think that I did, but I know there were some aspects that I didn't enjoy, but there were a lot that I did. So I guess take that for what it's worth. Overall, it was a positive viewing experience. There was enough that I didn't expect to happen that happened that made this a worthwhile watch for me. And I will say, I started it on my phone with the intention of just doing some editing. I finished editing our Amityville Awakening review while it was on, did a couple of chores while it was on, and I gotta say, I expected to just jump off of it when I was done with that stuff because I wanted to play a video game, but I got enthralled in the movie. I wanted to keep seeing where it went. The story is basically about this girl. Well, you think it's going to be about this girl. It starts off with this girl in high school who has apparently been caught on tape doing some sexualized stuff with another student or something like that, and the tape has spread around, and it keeps rearing its ugly head on her, and she has a reputation around school as a result. But very quickly, you see that there's someone that's sort of an admirer, because he essentially assaults a kid that gives her a little bit of crap about that sort of thing, and so sort of a fast friendship is made, even though there's no direct contact made. I don't know. It's kind of, that's what I'm saying. Like the movie doesn't do things exactly how you expect them. There's a lot of tropes in it, but they're carried out in somewhat of new ways, at least. So I have to give it credit for that. I do, because there's so many times we've seen these tropes, and they're at least, doing enough of a different twist that it's like, okay, that wasn't exactly what I expected, so, and sometimes that's all you can ask for, especially in, lower budget independent movies that, to my knowledge, went straight to VOD. So, anyway, continuing on, this girl sort of goes to the address on this guy's Facebook in order to thank him for sort of sticking up for her at school. And when she gets there, she sees that he and another close friend of his are actually about to leave on, I guess, a documentation of this tour for their YouTube channel, ironically enough. So maybe that's another reason why I liked it, because there was that tie-in. But yeah, they have a YouTube channel where they do ghost hunts, and so they were going to go to the Villisca Axe Murder house. And it's the night before one of them is supposed to move away, actually. So just as they're about to leave, the girl shows up, and the guy that sort of likes her, invites her along, despite the fact that the friend doesn't really want her to go along. And so they all go, and they go to the Villisca house. And I gotta say, the movie starts off with a pretty cool graphic scene of, at least partially, of what happened at the Villisca house. So it starts off and it does grab your attention before it goes to the kids, the teens rather, and teens rather. Yeah, so they get to the Villisca house, they take this tour which is sort of lackluster. And honestly, if any of you guys have ever read Richard Lehman, the Beast House series, the 4 books in the Beast House series, I'm not a big Lehman fan. I read only the Beast House books. He was just way too over-sexualized and literal bestiality. That I only read it because it was a monster series, and I love monster stuff, as you guys know, and it was different. It was erotic monster thriller, I guess. I don't know, weird. Try it if it sounds like your bag. But anyway, this was very reminiscent because that was about a group of people that snuck into a place that was the Beast House that did tours by day and locked everything down by night because of the rumors of what would transpire. And so, as such, in this movie, the kids sneak into the Villisca house after dark to try and get footage that they weren't able to get during the day. And when they get in there, weird stuff starts to happen. Sort of possession-y kind of things, and weird, trippy, you're not seeing what you're actually seeing kind of things. And again, when they arrive as the ghost hunter stuff, you get about 15-20 minutes of tropey stuff where they're sort of going around and taking the tour and setting up the fact that they're going to be doing something they're not supposed to be doing. But once they get back in at night, the movie starts doing different things than you'd expect. Not entirely different, but like, spins on stuff you've seen before. And the characters are interesting enough that I thought they were acting well enough that it kept me interested. There was some, character actor goodness that showed up amidst the Villisca house. And then there was some interesting effects. So let me parlay into that before I get into the acting. Actually, no, I mentioned the acting, and that's that it was passable. It was good. For teens, they didn't bother me at all. I actually thought they were all pretty genuine in their roles. Honestly, I really did, and that's nice. There was only 3 of them, so a couple of other bit players, but who were a little less impressive. But the 3 main players were really impressive, I thought, for what they had to work with. So yeah, so weird stuff starts to happen, scares start to happen, mirage-like crazy imagery, and the story sort of unfolds in a way that, again, is unexpected. So I really enjoyed the story. I did enjoy the acting. Let me segue into the effects now. And the effects were interesting. There was some gore, but it was more allusions to gore and puddles of blood than actual stuff, that you see limbs being severed or brains being bashed, because it's actually a lot of the blunt side of the axe that's used, which is also something that's neat to see, a spin on an axe murder trope. It was a lot of blunt side of the axe, and you don't see that very often, and you're like, it makes you realize how effing brutal that would really be. So yeah, I thought that was good. And also I gotta mention, even though there wasn't a lot of gore, I thought the audio engineering, the sound design, was really successful in this. Even though I was watching it on my phone, I had it Bluetoothed in through a Bose speaker. So I was getting good audio, really good audio. And there was a lot of voice sort of modulation when people were being spoken through and whatnot, but it was all really effective. And I thought the audio was really cool in this movie. Surprisingly so, like enough that it really stood out to me. I was like, man, the audio is really good in this movie. So hats off to that, because when there's impressive audio, you don't even realize how much it can affect your enjoyment of a film. And so I liked it. Another thing is the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but it does end in a slightly unexpected way, although it gets a bit hammy at the very, very end. But it was enjoyable. Guys, it was an enjoyable sit. It was only, I think, an hour and a half. So it was a real easy sit. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to knock your socks off, but you're not going to walk away having hated it. You're going to be like, huh, that was interesting. They did some different stuff. And so I don't think it'll be a waste of time. I would give it probably 3 out of 5 stars. Definitely more than just a flat 2.5. So yeah, I'd give it a 3, maybe pushing a 3.5. Because it was just successful in what it set out to do, and I sat through the whole thing in one sitting, which again, doesn't happen that often anymore. So Yeah, there you go, guys. That's going to be my thoughts on the Axe Murders of Villisca. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. If you haven't, did this review make you want to go check it out, or is it something you're going to take a pass on still? I know we did a trailer reaction on the channel a while back, and it looked good to all of us, so it stuck out. I added it to my queue a long time ago, and I finally got around to watching it, and I enjoyed it. So next up, I'm going to probably be doing The Wailing, we need to do XX, but I want Marcia or Susie or Brittany to be in on that one, so we need a female perspective since it's all female directors. I know Fuego wants to get in on that one, so yeah, there's other ones that are going to be coming, guys. I don't know, I might just do another quick one like this if I watch another one that I don't think anyone else is really going to make time for. So thanks very much for watching. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird, and remember, stay scared.